consult your doctor before trying anything herein, and check your local laws. This is the best of CBD. And we're going to focus on anxiety and stuff here since I know a lot of people use CBD for muscle pain and it makes a great beauty product. But, let's definitely get into it and talk about anxiety this time around, and maybe we will get into the other benefits in the future. But right now, this is going to be the ultimate CBD oil buying guide for anxiety, because CBD oil is everywhere right now, and there is a lot of misinformation, and there are a lot of products to choose from. And if you're like me, you can't make heads or tails of anything. You can't just type CBD into Google and not get a bunch of the same barrage of information versus trying to figure out which one of these billions of products should you actually try out. And red carpeters and people in the entertainment industry, as well as everybody else at this point, live high-stress lives. And right now, many people are trying to sift through the noise about CBD itself to get down to the answer to one simple question. What's the best CBD oil product that I should try? All right, so we here at Ready for the Red Carpet have put a crazy, and I mean crazy, large array of products to the test. All right, so we're not going to bore you here with the products that didn't seem to be any good. All right, so no worries about that, right? And everyone's tight for time and stuff. What we're going to do is get to the point here, because really, who has the time to scroll through yet another article or yet another podcast or yet more information about what is CBD, CBD 101, and all that stuff, right? If you're like me, you've Googled this, and it's all the exact same information on billions of blogs. Nobody's actually getting to the point. So instead, if it's mentioned here, it passed muster. All right? So meaning we tried it, we think it's worth it, and if your favorite product didn't make the list, if you don't hear it mentioned here, totally sorry, but feel free to write in or mention it in comments or start some discussion on it, and maybe we'll do an update. All right, so there's hemp, there's CBD, there's marijuana. This is not about weed, all right? Well, at least not in the way you think. So we're going to focus on stress relief and mood. All right, and for the most part, although CBD and hemp have vast other benefits as well. I mean, the muscle fatigue and anti-inflammatory benefits and all that jazz. So, if you want to Google on and bot and hemp beauty products, you'll probably find a bunch of stuff if you're looking want to see what beauty products we tried out. But right now, again, we're going into anxiety and stress relief primarily. All right, so some of the products that'll be mentioned could also fall under the beauty category, but this time they're not necessarily mentioned herein for beauty benefits. All right, so instead they're in here for the side effect of relaxation. All right, and also all the products we tested and mentioned are primarily THC free and alcohol free. Right, they were CO2 extractions versus an alcohol extraction of hemp or marijuana itself, and we're primarily looking for THC-free products completely, CBD isolates and things like that. All right, since there's no recreation and partying going on. Although, keep in mind, a couple of the products mentioned here will actually have the legally minimal amount of less than 0.3% of THC, and those are going to be the vape products and a couple of the sublinguals. So you're not going to get high. But those that want to stick to absolute zero THC, make sure you look at the lab results on the websites of these products or write into these products and ask them. And you might want to avoid most of the vape products. All right, so let's find out who made the cut. So these products were assessed anecdotally. Now what that means is we went through an entire array of products. Everyone tried them out, then got back to each other on what the subjective side effects might have been, the subjective opinion on results, and most importantly, how long did it take to see any results? Because a lot of products, or I should say some products, say you should take it for 30 days or more. We found this is probably a bit of a cop-out because most, if not all, products effects were felt in under 30 minutes. It's an immediate thing going on. Okay, so let's look at the edibles. First on the edibles is Lucent Botanicals. Lucent Botanicals makes these calm CBD mints, which are perfect to keep in your pocket. You can take them with you on the go. The whole bottle fits just about anywhere, and one little mint is more than sufficient to elicit a sense of calm and focus, and it is THC free, of course. All right, and CBD isolate. We're moving on to the next product here. CBD isolate, I've got to say, might be one of the best things to happen to the edibles industry in general because it's zero THC, which means most of us can take it just fine. There's no high or any of that jazz. All right, zero THC and all CBD. So I am sure half the people who searched for this and stumbled upon this and are listening to this right now were actually looking for gummies. So these are gummies. Here you go. CBDRS makes these watermelon wedges. And it's the most candy tasting candies in the bunch. All right, so they're good enough where you actually have to use some willpower to eat only one. And remember, if you've got kids, think about this as a medicine. You've got to lock this up because it is candy. It looks like candy. They're going to see it. They're going to eat the whole thing. And that is not a good thing because there's still CBD in there. Even if it doesn't necessarily get you high like a narcotic would. I don't know if you want your kids all loaded up on CBD, and who knows how long they'll be passed out for. I mean, it's just not a good idea at all. All right, and the label warns that you should have no more than 2 in a 6-hour period. We figured out you can actually get away with half of one for an entire day. So, and the catch with CBD candy is you won't know it hits you until it hits you. So you can easily say, hey, this didn't work, and then a half hour later, you're going to need a nap. All right, so to be fair, you can probably down up to 2 or 3 pieces a day and be relatively anxiety-free from what I understand, but, might as well take as little as possible, minimum effective dose. All right, so 1 piece equals 10 milligrams, by the way. And I know there are a lot of people downing, online saying they're downing 10 times that much, but I think you'd be surprised at what 2 milligrams could do. All right, so the next one on the list is honey. All right, so I'm goofy about honey, right? There's some years where I've actually used honey in lieu of allergy meds. There's a brand called Hemp Theory, which sounds like a cool band from the 90s, but they actually make the CBD-free honey. It's made of hemp extract, and the hemp extract has no CBD or THC, right? It's actually, I know this is a CBD talk here, but this one's actually CBD free, and it's pretty awesome. It still had these ultra relaxation and focus effects from it. It's pretty good. It works awesome on oatmeal, by the way. Okay, now the next brand and the next product on the list is Cultivate brand hemp extract pills. Now these pills are interesting because we couldn't figure out for the life of us if there was actually any CBD in here. It doesn't say anywhere on the bottle, it says nowhere on their website, and really, this is what pushed them over the edge. What I really like about this brand is I just went ahead and called the number. There's an 858, like it's a local San Diego number, and there's no stock images on this brand. The pictures of the women who work at this company are actually, one of them actually answered the phone. So other brands are kind of, they may look indie, but let's face it, there's some big corporations and some VC money backed into this, right? And there's stock imagery and they're using all sorts of marketing gimmicks, and there's big corporations behind a lot of CBD products. This one of the ladies whose pictures on the website actually answered the phone, and she didn't answer the phone Cultivate brand, she just said hello. I think I called her cell phone, and that's awesome to me. Right, so according to her, the reason there's no CBD stuff mentioned is the FDA is pretty strict about this. And so is Amazon, by the way. But the FDA is really strict on putting any sort of CBD language info on the packaging, which, great for the brands, great for the FDA, and I know they're trying to protect consumers. That's kind of scary because someone like me would opt for, I want to know exactly what's in there. I need to know that it's THC free and a CO2 extraction versus an alcohol extraction. I need to know what I'm getting, and I think most people who are listening right now need to know what they're getting. So it was nice. I was actually able to call this company and Sherry Balzer is her name, actually answered the phone herself and took at least 20 minutes of her time to just talk to me, and was super nice about it and answered every question to the best of her abilities. It was great. So yes, it is alcohol free. Yes, it actually does have CBD in it, even though you'd never know looking at their website or the product itself. So the verdict is these soft gels actually have CBD in them. And I had written on a blog post to recommend storing it in the fridge, and I've been told since then, because that's what I would do. My instinct tells me to do that and treat it like official. It's hemp oil. I was told that after the fact that this might not be a good idea, and you should keep them at room temperature. What do I know? The fridge sounds like a great idea. Some people say do it, some people say don't. My gut says store it in the fridge, but I'm actually not storing it in the fridge, even though you've probably seen me write about it saying store these in the fridge. So up to you, I guess. And what's really cool is Sherry, since I got her on the phone, gave us a 15% off coupon. So if you're listening right now, SHERRI15 is the coupon code to use at livecultivate.com if you actually want 15% off. Keep in mind, CBD is pretty expensive, so on one end, every little bit helps. On two, even if somebody gave you 50% off, you're spending a lot of money. All right, the next category is vapes. Vapes are pretty much smoking. You know what vaping is. And one brand, CBD for the People, they make an OG Kush vape. I think it's hilarious that they use the same names as pot strains. Now, it's been almost 20 years since I paid attention to what a pot strain is, and I don't even remember if we had Kush at the time. Probably, I don't know. But vaping is actually the quickest way to get CBD into your system. But it takes quite a learning curve, so if this is not your thing and you're not into this already, keep in mind you're going to waste some CBD your first couple tries. You're going to have to watch a lot of YouTube videos. The companies thankfully provide detailed written instructions, but if you've got a millennial around to actually set things up and show you the ropes and the series of buttons you got to push that seem like video game cheat codes in order to get these things to start, even better, right? So ask for help if you know a vapor is what I'm saying. All right, and the next one that made the list is Americana Uncut from PureCBDVapors.com. Americana Uncut is a grape ape, another specific blend that has more of a sedative effect than the OG Kush has. Because some vape reviewers report side effects like nightmares and if they take it too close to bedtime. So it depends, I guess, on time of day you're taking it. If you're taking it during the day to alleviate anxiety throughout your day and you want more energy from it, maybe those Kush brands are better. And if you're taking it before bed, you probably want something a little more sedative. All right, so you probably don't want something more sedative if you're hitting the red carpet and you've got 1,000 interviews you got to do. But, if you need to relax from the excitement afterwards, which everybody does, this one might be the fit for you. All right, the next one, which is the biggest category of all of these that you have to sift through, are sublinguals, meaning sublinguals are something you actually put a drop or an entire dropper full under your tongue. I've noticed that the entire dropper full ones are from the hemp oil in general, the ones that presumably don't even have CBD or very low amounts of CBD in them, and or they're absolutely THC free at that point. But the ones that are concentrated CBD, one drop, the instructions say will do you quite a while. All right. So the first one is Hemp Theory, my favorite honey brand. All right, this one actually has no CBD, just like their honey. But let's start with it because you will see non-CBD hemp products lumped in with CBD products all the time. All right, this one's hemp extract from Hemp Theory, and hemp extract, in theory, might actually have CBD in it. So they may have to say it has no CBD in it in order for it to be sold on Amazon, but directly from them, the same product might actually say it actually has CBD in it. This is what you get from an unregulated industry and why we actually have to do all this research on your behalf. You're welcome. All right, so The reason a non-CBD product made it into this article, again, is it's going to work for some people. And you're going to see, again, on Google, lots of articles that say if it has no CBD or THC in it, it's useless. And honestly, it turns out that's nonsense, just pure nonsense. There's a lot of other cannabinoids in hemp that are great for you, not to mention the fat ratios and all that going on. And maybe they say that because it's an unregulated industry, so you don't know what's going on, right? There may be pesticides and stuff in there, right? You don't know what's going on in there, to be honest with you. And regardless of what the bottle it says, you actually don't know what you're getting. But Hemp Theory's hemp extract actually offered some pain relief and inflammation reduction and a relaxed kind of focused state. I'm not a big fan of the grogginess, and that might be just me. I'm the one who actually tried the CBD-free, THC-free stuff, and I just wasn't a fan of the grogginess afterwards. But I think hemp oil in general is a good vegetarian replacement for fish oil. And there are health benefits to taking hemp extract, regardless of what the Google sphere says. All right, so this one's the ideal product for sublinguals, in our opinion, if you're sensitive to CBD effects. And you can buy it on Amazon because it's CBD free. All right, so Populum is another brand that made the list, and it's a little confusing because on one end you can buy it on Amazon, and the bottle just says hemp oil. But they sent us a lab test, and the lab test clearly shows that it's got CBD in it. So the effects are not as strong as the next product we're about to mention, but there was a reported anti-anxiety effect from the Populum brand full spectrum hemp oil. So is it CBD or is it CBD-free hemp oil? Probably both, but it depends on where you buy it and who you believe on what it actually says. We've concluded that you're going to just have to trust the manufacturer themselves because there does seem to be CBD in this and plenty of it. So and again, like we learned, many brands probably do this and perhaps have to hide the fact from both the government and Amazon that there is CBD in their product. All right, so here's another one from For the People. For the People has these CBD drops with peppermint. The bottle turned out to be pretty hard to open and easy to spill. And what you spill, you can't really clean up because it'll get absorbed through your skin, and it is a strong dose. I mean, this is some concentrated, pure stuff. And you don't want it to go to waste either. You spend a lot of money on it. And if you lick your finger, you're just going to get an ultra-concentrated dose. It says it's for vape or sublingual. The jury is out if you actually want to vape something with MCT, which is essentially coconut oil in it or not. So that's what we've got it in the sublingual category. Or if you want to vape peppermint oil, for that matter. I'm assuming that'd be like a menthol cigarette. I don't know what that's going to do to you. But this product is the real stuff that everybody's talking about when you read them online and on the forums and on Reddit and everything. And when they're talking about they took a drop of something and it's hard hitting and in your face, everything you asked for on what a noticeable CBD effect is, that's this stuff, the For the People CBD drops. It's pretty strong. You know, get a little on your finger. It's like working with acid. You get a little on your finger, you're gonna be relaxed for the next couple of hours. And we had a reported nightmare effect. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that we're trying a whole slew of CBD products over the course of a week instead of stretching things out over a month and making this a giant grand study. I mean, it's not like science and nature, and there's a journal of CBD somewhere funding this study or anything like that. So we needed to actually get this out quickly. And, this is for consumers. So a lot of this was packed in. So this might be one of those things you want to take during the day. All right. The next one, it's Cultivate brand again. And this is another real deal product, and this is their tincture. And again, just like their soft gels, it's not going to be clear if there's any CBD in here from the label at all. You can, however, request lab results directly from the company if you have any doubts. And it's definitely less harsh than the OG Kush oil from For the People. This, like most brands, say you have to hold onto your tongue for a full minute. That's easier said than done, actually, but you probably do want your money's worth and don't want to get as much. You want to get as much out of these as possible because they're not cheap. And one drop will be plenty for most, I suspect, for an entire day. Okay, so the next one is a brand called Locus. You know, we had to debate if we were going to actually get this on here because it works. It's good. It's a good buy. We really liked the Locus brand, Cannabisol with a Z. All right, I'm not mispronouncing that. They've trademarked their own specific blend as Cannabisol. And Cannabisol is essentially marketing speak for what's essentially hemp-derived CBD oil, which is what everyone's doing. So it should win a marketing award, to be honest with you, because there's something about the Zen-like, ultra-functional, almost clinical-looking packaging that adds this. You'd see this in a doctor's office, it would look like. And, you know, we're not judging these based on marketing. You know, as consumers, we want to know what's actually good. And so while this product isn't substantially different than all the other ones we're talking about functionally, it's also not any worse. It seems to work, and they're more competitive on price, especially if you take them up on their free sample offer. And the free should be in quotes because you still have to pay $19.95 to ship it to you. But, you know, it comes to half off, and especially that's far less than what everyone else is charging. Normally my instinct would be to be wary about any company pulling all the stops on marketing like this company. They've got a lot of marketing gimmicks going on, from the stock photos to to not a lot of info on the company itself on the website, to the free sample will pay $19.95, to the trademarked Cannabisol, and the really well focused theme of design theme, from the packaging to the website. I mean, they seriously put a lot of thought into being consistent marketing-wise on this. And normally I'd actually be leery of that, even though that's textbook good business. It makes me question why. Why would you need that much attention to detail in marketing? But the product works, and that's what's important for what we're talking about. And I'm not judging them. You can't really blame them, because really, what else is a business supposed to do in this CBD sector where everyone and their mother seems to have a CBD brand? Literally, everybody's got one. It's like they were selling dollar CBD franchises at the mall or something. There's so many brands out there. All right, so the next one on the list is Plus CBD oil. This is a high-end brand. You've seen this brand in lots of places. And Plus CBD oil, they also put a lot of effort into their marketing and image and their public relations as well. But they also clearly have some quality control going on. So they make this spray, and it's their spray that really made the list. It's effective, and it's a nice change up on the delivery system. They also make soft gels. But what's interesting about this brand in general is the CBD content is listed right on the packaging itself, versus just saying something like hemp aerial parts, which is what most brands do. For which then you have to contact the brand itself and go through all this extra research to find out if there is actually any CBD in there. And now the FDA may change this on them, but for now the CBD amount is clearly listed right on the bottle. And I like that. Okay, great. All right, so the next product that made the list, and we had to debate on this product. So this product, I got to be honest with you, it did barely make it on the list. It's called WOD, WOD Recovery Hemp Oil. And to be fair, this is a hemp oil for CrossFitters. It's an athletic hemp oil, and I'll get into that in a second. It's 0 THC, which is awesome. Now, whether it has CBD in it or not, we can't figure out. We contacted the brand, and the brand sent us a lab lab printout, and that it's even from the lab, it is unclear from those results if there's actually CBD in there. It's not specifically pointed out. What's nice is it's clear it is 0 THC. And you feel effects from this. It works, but it is also kind of unclear if those effects are from the peppermint oil, it's pretty heavy on the peppermint oil, or the hemp extract, or both. There is a noticeable reported benefit though, and I kind of like that this one is clean. It's just kind of, there's a zero narcotic effect whatsoever, so it might actually make good seltzer to kind of put a drop in your seltzer every now and then, with my soda stream or something. And and again, I don't know if the effects are from the peppermint oil or the hemp benefits, and it does have kind of an after effect a few hours or the next day of, it just doesn't feel real good on the stomach, if that makes sense. It's kind of a groggy indigestion type of feeling. But that's it. But other than that, it works. It is relaxing with a little more of a nice focus to it, which makes us believe that maybe there's no CBD in there and it's just the hemp, because you get a relaxation feeling from the peppermintness in the hemp, similar to how if you had like 10 cups of peppermint tea, how you would feel. All right. And it is hemp oil, so you got to understand that we're judging the space for anxiety relief, and it's created primarily for athletes, CrossFitters, and hemp oil in general is good for you if you're an athlete. Okay, and let's get on to the next one that made the list, which is a brand called Earth Leaf, URTHLEAF, Earth Leaf. What's really nice about this tincture is it's unflavored, because let's face it, how much peppermint or orange or lemon oil can one actually ingest on a regular basis without messing with the hormonal imbalance? And truth be told, we don't know. I don't know if peppermint oil is going to reduce my testosterone levels. So these drops are clean and strong. The bottle will last you. And the last sublingual that made the list is True Life's CBD oil, and it's another really strong one. It's concentrated, and what's nice is they've changed it up with an orange flavor versus the usual mint taste or lemon taste. The orange kick really is a nice touch, but I gotta warn you, orange oil itself has some risks, so don't spend too much time in the sun if you're on this particular product. They do have a peppermint version. It's just so you know that you've got options, but it's nice to have an orange option. All right, the next big category, topicals. All right, so topicals are interesting because they absorb through the skin. So it's going to take a little longer to hit you. Hit you should be in quotes, but it's also, as far as I'm concerned, a little safer delivery system. All right, so the one that is actually perfect for what we're talking about right now is Get a Grip from a company called Plant Juice. This thing is perfect. It's so discreet, it's so cute, it's little, and it works faster than you'd expect for a topical. And ideal spots seem to be on your temples, the forehead, and your wrists. And just smelling it a little will relax you, to be honest with you. And it contains several essential oils that I would recommend anyway. So the CBD in it is icing on the cake, and perhaps why a little bit of it goes a long way. Perfect for events like the red carpet or the Oscars gifting suites and things like that, or if you're at a work event or a party or something, you get a little nervous and you got to be on. This is perfect because a quick dab to the temples or the back of your neck work amazing, and other people seem to like the smell. All right, so speaking of rollers, this next brand I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to try not to favor a particular brand, but this brand is something else. It's Leaf, 2 E's, L-E-E-F. And they have something called the Recover CBD Sport Roller. Now, it's meant to be for muscles and joints, and it has a bit of a camphor smell to it, although much better smelling than Tiger Balm or something. but it has this instant overall relaxation and focus effect. And I admit, I like the smell. All right, so get this. Here's really why I made the list. It works magic on headaches. Oh God, especially during migraine time. And yes, I actually induced a headache to try out these products. Don't ask. But a quick smear across the forehead and your headache is gone almost instantly. I couldn't believe it actually, and the effect lasted. And then after 30 minutes, you're feeling kind of calm. It's kind of a miracle for migraine folk. I mean, I'm happy with it, right? So another unreported side effect that I accidentally realized is that it works as a mosquito repellent. I am dead serious. So it just as good as off. So I'm definitely taking this with me whenever I'm outside for like 4th of July or something like that. All right, so the next one is another leaf. And again, I'm trying not to favor this brand, but man, they have this thing called Revive Balm. And we looked at a lot, and I mean a lot of topical oils and creams and balms and whatnot. And this one actually smells and feels the best because it smells like the real thing. It's not cut with a bunch of lavender. I love that lavender smell and all that jazz, but it's other products put in these other beneficial, albeit essential oils, lavender, sandalwood, and a lot. So the lack of hemp smell isn't a quality issue, but there is something about opening this jar and seeing this yellowish CBD goo. It's waxy and instantly melts to the touch, kind of like ghee or shea butter, and a tiny, tiny bit on your finger melts to cover quite a bit of surface area on your body. All right, so another product I believe meant for sore muscles and massages, but man, you are calm just for smelling it. A good whiff will set you straight for about 15 minutes later, and absorb through the skin even better. And they say all edible and good for you too. One reviewer, all right, so get this, one of our reviewers put it in her bulletproof coffee. Just stuck half a teaspoonful in her coffee. And, as a guy, I personally would prefer a lavender-free version. Again, like peppermint, that stuff is in everything, and it lowers your testosterone levels. And, I would actually love to eat this because it's got cacao and grapeseed oil, which I know the Redditors are anti-grapeseed oil, but, grapeseed oil, I'm one of those people who lean towards it actually not being bad for you. But lavender for a middle-aged man, not so much. I'm not sure I want that in my system. Maybe we'll do a breakout article as to why not, or an episode, but this is about CBD for anxiety and stress, for which lavender is actually a perfect ingredient, so I can't really judge them at all on that. It's just, I personally won't put it in my coffee, but apparently it's good for that. All right, so the next one, and this one is something else. It's a brand called Hemp Me, all one word, Hemp Me. And this Hemp Me balm is amazing. I don't even know how to talk about this. I personally could not come up with a more ideal set of ingredients myself. I'm actually amazed there is somebody else, let alone a company, that knows about each of these ingredients and knew to fuse them all together. The perfect storm of stuff that I would probably take separately as supplements or edible ingredients. In fact, I really want to eat this thing. Manuka honey, royal jelly, it's got the whole lot. The only reason I don't eat it is because it's got arnica in it. And arnica, it's usually pretty bad to eat. So if it didn't have arnica in it, I'd take a spoonful of this every day, and I'd probably never get sick and feel like king of the world all day long. Arnica, however, is the perfect ingredient for what this is meant for. It comes in a little shoe polish can, don't waste it on your shoes, but this is a hard-hitting, skin-protecting, health-inducing, inflammation-reducing, pain-killing balm. There's no menthol or any of that stuff to disguise the pain. It actually has stuff that solves muscle and skin issues in the first place. I mean, the emu oil alone, yeah, any of these ingredients on their own, for that matter, could be touted as a high-end balm, but fused all together with the best of honey, it's something else. So in theory, it'll probably cure hay fever, rosacea. I don't know how to pronounce rosacea, but I get it. It's an annoying problem that I get certain times of the year, and I'm looking forward actually to the next time that little red itchy feeling happens on my cheek and the tip of my nose, and I'm going to actually try this on there, see if it works. I'm pretty sure it will. So I know we're not supposed to talk about muscle and joint pain and skin health here, but this will definitely help you relax at the end of the day as well. And it's a bit decadent. I mean, this is a decadent bomb. I feel almost guilty having a tin of this at my disposal. So, if you see me on the carpet or at one of our crazy long, have to be on all the time events, feel free to pull me around the corner and kick off your heels and ask me to rub a dab on you. I won't be offended. It's good karma if I do. All right. And last but not least, the creative delivery methods category. All right. And you'll see why we called it this, because this next product is the patch. There's a CBD patch. All right. So Verde Tropical patches. They provide this time-release CBD, and it's pure CBD. It's the good stuff. And it's also quite a bit of CBD if you're a newbie. I would think this is for serious anxiety sufferers. But you're set for the whole day, maybe more. So I would say if you've got some serious anxiety issues, a patch of this on you, and you're gonna get some time release, intense delivery of straight CBD into your system. And the next one is bath bombs. Bath bombs are this, if you don't know what they are, a giant kind of like a baseball of salts that you kind of drop in a bath and then soak in that bath. So Canna, C-A-N-N-A, makes this sleep balm, which is a lavender and CBD infused bath bomb. So if you've got the time for a relaxing bath, this makes those old Calgon commercials a total reality. Remember those Calgon Take Me Away? This is definitely that in real life. So, if you've got candles and soft music, some Anandvat Romanticas maybe, it's a plus to set the mood. It's a definite plus. Just don't fall asleep in the tub itself as you're getting ultra relaxed from the CBD in here. And the next one, I know I'm trying my best to avoid beauty products in this right now, but some of these require some serious mention. And Liana Eye Serum. It's better than Botox. I'm serious. It's just as good maybe in terms of how it makes your face feel. It also relaxes you. That's why it made it onto this list. The CBD somehow gets absorbed through your face. While it feels awesome and instantly does a great job of that tired eye feeling, the CBD relaxation effect also means you better make sure you don't need to be ultra alert for the next 30 minutes. I had this episode at an Oscars gifting suite, and you can see me at a live broadcast. I think it was Instagram and Facebook Live, maybe. You can Google Anandvat Oscars gifting suites from last year, maybe it was 2 years ago. But either way, I was kind of sick. I just got off the plane. I only slept maybe an hour the night before, and I was getting, I had this dark circly, tired eye look about me, and here I am. I've got to be on the whole day. I'm interacting with everybody, and I'm on camera, and I did my best, but you could tell this thing would have solved that problem, because the CBD in there gives you this fresh Botoxy. That's the best way I can describe it. Fresh feeling. Like you feel younger. There's none of that tired eye feeling to it. But the catch is it does relax you, so you've got competing benefits when it comes to CBD-induced beauty. As an eye cream, it works best during the day. But as a CBD cream, it works best at the end of the day. So I'm thinking if this Botoxy effect lasts over time, it might be best to use this on days where you don't actually have to be on, and hope your skin adapts to that instant fresh feeling. Okay, and of course, the warning, which I probably should have said at the beginning of this, but if you made this all the way through, please, please, please consult your doctor before trying anything herein, and check your local laws.